The Stranger's Compass. In the heart of a foggy, coastal town named Driftwood, Ella worked tirelessly in her tiny lighthouse shop, restoring antique compasses for collectors and sailors alike. She loved the craft, the precision, the way each compass seemed to hold a story of its own. One chilly evening, as the fog wrapped tightly around the town, a stranger walked into her shop. He was tall, cloaked in a dark coat, and his eyes held the stormy color of the sea after a tempest. "I need a compass," he said, voice low and deliberate. "One that points the way home." Ella raised an eyebrow. "All compasses point north." "Do you mean you're lost?" The man shook his head, pulling a battered brass compass from his coat. Its glass was cracked, its needle spinning wildly. "This compass belonged to my father. He always said it would lead me back to where I belong. But now it's broken." Curiosity piqued, Ella took the compass and examined it under her magnifying glass. It was unlike any she'd seen before. Intricate engravings lined the edges, symbols she couldn't decipher. "Leave it with me," she said. "I'll see what I can do." The stranger nodded and left without another word, disappearing into the fog as quickly as he'd come. For days, Ella worked on the compass, replacing its delicate components and polishing its tarnished brass. But no matter what she did, the needle refused to point north. Frustrated, she almost gave up, until she noticed something. When she held the compass close to her heart, the needle steadied and pointed, not north, but to the sea. That night, with the repaired compass in hand, Ella ventured to the shoreline. The stranger was there, as if he'd been waiting. "It works," she said, handing it to him. He smiled, the first warmth she'd seen in him. "Thank you, Ella. You've done more than you know." Before she could ask what he meant, the compass's needle began to glow faintly, and a path of shimmering light stretched across the waves. The stranger tipped his hat. "Home calls," he said, stepping onto the glowing path. Ella watched, spellbound, as he walked across the water until he vanished into the horizon. The next morning, the fog lifted, and on a workbench, Ella found a new compass, golden, pristine, and engraved with a single word, trust. From that day on, no matter how lost she felt in life, Ella's new compass always seemed to guide her true.